Attention shoppers, we're paging Sophie's secret husband. Sophie's secret husband, please go to the Lurkers Lounge. That's Sophie's secret husband to the Lurker Lounge. Thank you. ladies and gentlemen, and all you wonderful people. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Those darn lava workers, they were supposed to wait till I got on here before they did that pyroclastic flow. I hate when they do that. Such, good help is so hard to find nowadays. Those darn lava workers. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. And thank you, Sharon Stewart. I can hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. I still want that recording. Thanks, everyone, for the welcomes. I do appreciate it. That is awesome. And that is really cool and nice. And what a way to start the show, eh? With a pyroclastic flow. That is awesome. Very, very cool. We like it, and doing very well. Anyway, glad to have you all here. It is, of course, Monday, the 13th of March in 2023. And it is the 14th of March there in Indonesia at Merapi volcano in central Java that just threw down the wonderful flow of pyroclastic material. Really awesome and cool to see. Hard to find a good help. Yep, you bet, Dan, or Dave, sorry. And it is. Especially since those guys got paid with all those diamonds from Siggy. They're, ever since then, things have gone downhill. Really. I guess they figured out how to sell those diamonds properly. And what is it, De Bergs or something like that, where they went, is where they're going there. Anyway, they're making a mint, really, literally, lots of money on those diamonds that they got from Eruption, from Ragnar, so pretty awesome. Anyway, glad to have everyone on board. Let's see, first person in today was Chicky Gomberg, and Chicky gets the lava cookies since she was fast. Actually, Lucas Snow was in first, but he's a moderator, so that don't count. And De Beers, Hermione, I'm not sure if I said that right, but I thought those were the guys that buy all those diamonds. And Sophie, did you find your husband? He was in the Lurkers Lounge, apparently. Linda seen him. De Beers. Yeah, I was right. It is De Beers. Oh, you didn't find him? Oh, well, he was running around there somewhere. Anyway, we paged him. I had them page you for you. I guess he must have been looking. I hope he didn't find anyone else there. Stuck. It's her secret husband. Oh, her secret husband. So if her real husband is listening, we'll have problems. Oh, hang on. Or I don't even know if she's married or not. Never bothered to ask, but that's okay. I'm not that kind of worried about that. What secret husband works for the FBI, CIA, or IRS? Oh, she's not married. So she is looking for a secret husband. And Chicky, you're very, very welcome, and glad that you were the first non-moderator in, and that's all good. But I know Lucas held the door open. He had the key. Still not sure where he got the key, but apparently he has one. So all good and really cool. Anyway, let's get at saying hello. I keep getting kicked. Well, kick back if you're getting kicked. Don't get kicked. Kick back hard. They'll learn their lesson, and that'll be okay. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know who's kicking you there, Chicky, but I'm fixing too. Yeah. Okay. Well, kick hard. Oh, I hope that's not your husband kicking you. Oh, maybe your husband. No, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Let's leave that alone. I'll run away from those comments. Anyway, a very, very huge ash cloud that is now lingering over the area that we see on the screen, and that is pretty nasty looking. It is very early in the morning there, 6:03 a.m. And for those who are asking, yes, it is alive. I kicked my husband years ago. Oh, okay, I'm not getting into that. Oh, TMI, Chicky, TMI, too much information, and that is all good. Anyway, glad to have everyone on board, and we'll get at saying hello to everyone here in a second. First off, welcome to our wonderful moderators. We've got Arizona Snowman somewhere, and Piggy possibly somewhere, and C&D Boy. I seen him earlier, but didn't see him in the stream here yet. And then we also have Lucas Snow was in. Welcome, Lucas. And then let's see, maybe Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, as well as Joseph Fields, Texas, and maybe a few others. Don't know yet. Haven't seen any of the other ones yet. And let's see. I think we need to say hi to everyone in here. So welcome to all of you. And we'll start out by saying hello to Sue Hayes and Kevin Haynes and Hermione and Fluffy and Sharon Stewart and a new one I haven't seen in here before, Kelly. Welcome, and good to have you on board. And Connie Tyree is here. Dave Kruk also back in the house, and of course Chicky Gomberg, who got the cookies. Richard Lapointe is here. One Fish 26, welcome. Sandra Rockland also here. Did I say Sharon Stewart? I can hear you. Billy Bob Joe also on board, and going up. We get Henry Nelson already. Henry Nelson is here. And still, okay, scrolling up now, looking for others. Grandma B, welcome back. And let's see, who else we got? We got Hermione, we got Sophie and her secret husband. And I don't know who that is, though. Still not. Linda seen him, I don't know, kind of a strange guy, she said. Anyway, going up a little bit more, looking and seeing who else we've got in the house. Kevin Haynes, welcome. Mariano, welcome. Tanto, also here from France. Cough ashes. Yeah, you don't want to breathe those ashes in. That is not good for you, that stuff. James Ouellette, also on board. Welcome. Tom Winters, also here. Good to have you back. And scrolling up, looking for more wonderful people. Sleepy Dormouse. Oh, it's putting on a show tonight. You bet, Sleepy Dormouse. Good to have you back. And welcome to you. And still scrolling up, looking for more wonderful people that we've got in here. Linda Schoof. Didn't mention you. Well, I mentioned you, but I didn't mention you. Welcome. And let's see, who else we got? We got Richard, we got Tanto, okay, Linda, we got, all right, going up, scrolling, looking for more wonderful people that I may have missed. Did I say Richard Lapointe? I think I did. Who else we got in here? Still scrolling, you guys. long list to scroll through, looking for the ones I did not call out yet. And if I do happen to miss your name, don't be offended. Duchess of Elements is here. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And who else we got in here? Let's see. We got Chicky. Dan is here. Gaines is here. Welcome to both of you. And I'm scrolled up as far as I could go, and I see Michael Olson at the top end there. So if I did not call your name out, please don't be offended. Oh, Kevin Williams there as well. Mona Alfano just got here. Echo, the bot, also on board. And let's see. Yeah, I think I got everybody now. Anyway, if I didn't say hi to you, I wasn't intentional. I may not have seen your name in the list. And we try to say hi to everyone, so please welcome, and glad to have you all on board. And yeah, put your masks on. That pyroclastic cloud is heading towards us. One of the things about those pyroclastic clouds, and I have mentioned it many times in the stream before, is a majority of that material, pardon me, is very, well, the ash, basically, or tephra, if you want to call it that, is literally, in many cases, solidified silica of sorts, whether it's basaltic or what have you, but basically glass particles, okay? As it comes rolling down that hill, it pulverizes and creates many, many more little tiny shards of glass, almost like a dust, and that is exactly what it is. Basically, Mars 2028 says it looks like the doc is on Team Tephra today. Thanks, Mars 2028, and welcome. And yeah, so that material, basically very, very sharp, small little glass particles. If you breathe it into your lungs, you're in trouble. So what happens, of course, it gets into your lungs, it embeds itself into the membranes, and there's no way of getting it out. So if you ever get to a volcano and you see the ash clouds coming towards you, make sure you get something over your face to breathe through real quick, and try to stop as much of that material as possible. And that is definitely very important. Did I say hi to Billy Bob Joe? Billy Bob Joe, where's your bad pun of the day? Breathe with skin, it works. What? It works okay. Yeah, breathe with the skin. Yeah, well, you can try that. Definitely some masks required. Tanto, okay, this is Merapi. Samaru is further to the east. That is correct. This is in central Java. And what I can do, actually, for those good people who aren't quite familiar with where this is, we can help you out with that thought. And I'll put that on the screen real quick, if I can get it going. After I have to get rid of all these commercial things that they got going on here. Oh, zooming in and seeing if we can show it here real quick. And all right, so yeah, just to give you an idea, there's the island of Java in Indonesia, and Semeru is over here, and Merapi is right there. So Semeru over on this end of what they call East Java. And if we zoom in a little bit more, we can take a look and see what the aerial shot is. You notice there's a city right close to it. That is really not the greatest for those guys being there. And then there's a bunch of smaller villages and stuff. But that is the volcano there, and gives you a pretty good idea of what it looks like. or did at the time, and you see all these kind of carved out ridges and stuff, and that is from the eruptions. So that is kind of what we see, and when we look at that, we'll zoom back out a little bit, you get a better idea of where it is in central Java, and it's the what is it, Yogyakarta area, if I have that pronounced correctly. Central Java. So that is what we are looking at, and yeah, looks pretty nasty there. So yeah, it is pretty interesting. Okay, Merapi. Yes, Merapi. Do not confuse it with Merapi. There's one that is spelled Marapi, and that is over on the other island of Sumatra, whereas this one is in central Java on Java Island. So awesome stuff. And that is what we're looking at. Actually, kind of a poor view when the ash just hangs there and you can't see anything, though, unfortunately. And it is what it is, and not much we can do about that. So we will leave this Java alone for right now, and we'll let that simmer and settle. And we'll head over to Iceland. How about that? And we'll see what's happening in Iceland. Actually, be honest, not a heck of a lot going on there in Iceland, but still worthy of having a peek. And let's get over there and take a look. So there's the capital city of Reykjavik, looking pretty fine right now. Going back about 10 hours on the clock. Gives you a better idea of what we've got. Come on, you can do it. 10 hours on the clock. There we go. All right, so about 10 hours ago, that's what it looked like. That would have been at about just about quarter after 1 in the afternoon, 1:15 p.m. And that's what it looked like. Nice and sunny for the most part. We do see some clouds over here above the mountains in the background, and not that bad of a day. Did not snow, even though it was quite cold, so at least I don't think it snowed. We do see some whitish traces on the paths here. It may have had a little bit of snow, but I don't think it did. Anyway, other shots, of course, this is from the regional airport. We'll go back about 10 hours as well on that, so we can see what it looked like. And that's what the beautiful day looks like there in our wonderful Iceland. So we are, of course, on the Perlin Center with both of those cameras, and looking into the areas that are there. So looks pretty nice. Going to point out my little volcano over there again. The little pointy thing you see, not a pyramid, but a volcano, and that is Keilir, just so you know. And that you can see, and of course, I don't know if that in the middle here, if that is actually Ragnar or not, or if it's over a little bit. It's hard to tell from this picture. Really hard. But it is over there somewhere. Hey, King Colin Deadman is also here, and good to have you on board. And let's see. Juliet also made it in. Welcome, Juliet. And good to have you here. And let's leave this guy be. We're going to put him back on live. And actually make it a little smaller. I want to make that other map live and smaller as well, or the other camera I should say. And we will go to this one, and we'll actually go back all the way here as far as we can, 11 hours and 50 minutes roughly, and have a look at our wonderful Katla. So that is our first Icelandic volcano that well, it's actually the second. We just looked at Keilir from a distance. This is Katla from a distance. Mind you, Katla is huge in comparison you could put Kalir inside of Katla probably about 20 or 30 times into that caldera, if not more. I've never really measured it out, so it is what it is. Time changes early in Canada. Yeah, I don't know if they change it early or not, but the computers change. That means the rest of us have to change. So anyway, they do have some nice views today of the ice on top of Katla, snow and ice up top there. So a lot of the earthquakes that we see is in fact that ice shifting as things heat up around it. So we see shifting and melting and that kind of thing, and that causes a lot of the smaller earthquakes. And if we go forward in time here to about, I don't know, 8 hours ago, did not look that much different. There you go. Maybe the sun is a little bit higher, different angle, but still a very, very nice view. Patricia, welcome from Oklahoma. Glad to have you on board. And thoughts and experiences. Okay, you are welcome. You're more than welcome to pop in and have a look and see what we've got going on. So, again, this is Katla in Iceland. It's, of course, quiet, not doing a darn thing, so we will leave that be. Actually, let's get a little further, though. I did want to see as the sun was setting a little bit and see what it looked like. There you can see the golden colors just before sunset, and there's the sun going down, and looks pretty nice. Days are definitely getting longer in Iceland, which is really, really cool. And let's put that back on live and make that smaller. We will go over to our harmonic tremor charts, and let's continue on with that. Let me get on the right place. I'm going to refresh that screen real quick. Doesn't take long, so there we go. And you know, a lot of people always ask me, so what do the colors really represent? And I always have a problem with kind of giving a definite answer, but let's do this for today, okay? Just so everybody kind of gets a little better idea what we've got. So, whoop, I'm on the wrong screen. Over here, okay, that is the purple stuff, okay? That usually indicates magma movement. Okay, magma. We'll write that on here. Magma with my mouse, not so easy to write. So that is what we've got there. So the next one is our little guy here, the green stuff, and we can relate that more to the seismic. Now, when we say seismic, we're talking about rumblings. Not earthquakes. Okay, seismic is just the smaller activity of movement and vibration. Now, the third one here, of course, this blue one here, we can relate that one more to tectonic. So I'm just going to put a tech there. So there you go. Okay, so this gives you a little bit more of an idea of what the colors actually are representing. So when you see the bottom one, the tectonic action, we're talking about the plates actually moving and the earth actually shifting down there. So, oh yeah, I spelled things wrong. Magma. Let's clear that. I'm just going to do this. Hang on. Magma, seismic, and tectonic. How about that? Okay. Never mind my spelling. I'm sidetracked with what I'm doing. Thanks, Lucas. Magma. Yeah, it happens. Dyslexia. Okay. But anyway, that's easiest way to explain it. Now, looking at those different three different elements that we are actually looking at, people will kind of go, well, hang on, isn't seismic or sorry, oh, now I got my words all messed up here because of that. Thanks, Lucas. Okay, magmatic and the seismic stuff, actually they all will work together. You'll end up with hybrid situations, okay? And give the doc a break. English isn't his first language, no. And spelling isn't my forte either. But as far as, with the entirety of everything that you see there, they do all work together, and you do have differences to be able to work with these things. Like when you see the magmatic movement, of course, everything is basically measured in frequency. And when we look at those low frequencies, we may say we're listening to the ground, but in truth, these frequencies are so low that in an audible sense, you're not ever going to be able to hear them. Okay, these are way too low. So we use seismographs and other machines to be able to detect these things, and that, of course, in turn gives us these graphs. And that's how we use our better judgment after watching them for a while. You kind of go, okay, when this is happening, this is what the graph looks like. When we get seismic activity moving, and when we talk about seismic activity, it's a grinding of plates or grinding of the material together, and you get the smaller tremors, and those are kind of the medium frequency range. Thank you, Tom, for the 5-minute warning. And that is kind of what you see there. Whereas tectonic, you can think of it as a bigger scale of the seismic, and you, like I said, you get combinations of all of them, and they become a hybrid unit, and that's basically why they kind of put all three on that graph, and that is kind of what we're looking at. So just keep that in mind. You see the purple, that's your magma moving. You see the green, that's your seismicity. You see the blue, you can consider that the tectonic or plate movement, and hopefully that kind of helps out what we're seeing there, and just to kind of give a little bit of an insight to it. But like I say, everything works together, so you can't just look at one and say, hey, this is going to happen. You need to look at, if we see tectonic movement or that kind of thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be magma moving. And vice versa, that kind of thing. You may see a certain amount of seismicity. You will see, a very slow grinding of the plate, and that will show up as a bunch of little stuff. So it's kind of just the way it is. It's I'm actually working on trying to get permission to use some material that I want to show on here in my stream about how the differences, how the things are interacting, and I've reached out to now I'm going to keep it a kind of hush for now, but I've reached out to a few people to see if I can get permission to use their material. So it would be pretty cool to be able to see that. And it's not, well, it is USGS related, but I'm not quite exactly what it is. We can't hear these sounds, but animals like cats and dogs and elephants and owls and so on and so forth, are particularly sensitive. And Mars, I don't know if they're not hearing them acoustically either. I think what they're feeling the vibration, because this is essentially what this is. Anything that is being measured in frequency is vibrating. Whether it's a sound wave that we as humans can hear, through the acoustic spectrum, or below or above. It's like a dog can hear that very, very high-pitched whistle, but that is still an acoustic signal that we may not be able to hear. Whereas the lower vibrations, that again is something that gets into, like we can use certain, I was going to say radio waves, but no, radio waves are much, much higher in that sense, even at the lowest things that we have. Background noise of the Earth, Doc? Yeah, you can call it background noise, Tom, but that's not exactly what it is. I mean, there is what we refer to as a noise floor, okay? And it's very similar to radio as well. In radio, depending on how sensitive your receiver is, your receiver will sit there at, somewhere, say, at 106 decibels of radio noise, and somewhere thereabouts, or 110 decibels if it's a little bit more deaf, or not as acute of a tuning method. And depending on where that floor noise is measured from your device, that's where you would put your floor level, and then anything that comes above it is something that you can hear acoustically, right? But if you go, we get down to our very low frequencies here, everything vibrates, everything, okay? Whether it's a rock, whether it is the tree outside, whether it's the grass, everything goes, and sound travels at the speed of a sound, no matter how big your ears are. Irish monk, you got big ears. Oops, I didn't mean that. For an old guy, welcome, Irish monk. Yeah, but these, anything that is really is measured in frequency like that, though, it's vibrating. And 30 minutes past. Yeah, well, let's take a break here. We'll get back to the harmonic tremor charts here after the break, and we'll keep going. I just figured I'd get on a little bit of a rant of trying to explain this, because people have always asked, and that is important, that we kind of understand what we're looking at, right? And I mean, for me, I may not be able to portray it 100% correctly here, but I've got a pretty good idea of what it's doing. So anyway, let's leave that there. We'll come back to this afterwards. We'll get you back over to Merapi for right now, and we'll continue to watch the dust plumes, and that is all pretty cool. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do consider hitting the like if you are liking what you're hearing and seeing and stuff. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, sitting in the Lurkers Lounge, kind of peeking in, please do consider subscribing again if you're enjoying it and you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back after the break. And did I miss anyone else sneaking in the door? We got Irish Monk came in, and who else? And by the way, welcome, Irish Monk. I got Mars 2028. John Raper also got in. Welcome, John. And I think we got everybody that snuck in. And yeah. And Irish Monk, I didn't mean to offend you with the big ear thing. Hope everything is good. And I'll be back. Don't go away. microphone is back on, so welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and we'll explain what you're actually seeing there, Becky. Just give me a minute, and thank you for the welcome backs from John Raper and Tanto and Mars 2028, and hello to Sebastian, welcome back. And I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000 from Sharon Stewart. And thanks, Kevin Haynes and Sue. And that's good for now. And all good. Anyway, yep, on screen is the volcano that is referred to as Merapi. And Merapi is in central Java. And I'm trying to get back to that screen for a second to see why it is so fuzzy looking. Well, no, we do have it set on the right there. Anyway, yeah, Merapi has been erupting, and just at the beginning of the show, it actually had a pretty decent pyroclastic flow. And that's what we're seeing, and the dust and ash that's still coming out of it is still from that. So air is a mighty, dusty there. It is not just dusty, but full of tephra particles that you don't want to be breathing. Really, it's not good for you. Anyway, we were also just over having a look at the harmonic tremor charts for Iceland, and that's what we will go back to. And of course, this one is, yeah, oh yeah, thanks Sue for actually reminding me of that. Thank you, Irish Monk, for gifting the 5-pack of 1 month free memberships. And I see a bunch of good people got them there, and Hermione, and Kananaska's Country, Robert Frary, Janice, and also Firestorm, sorry, not Firestorm, Firestorm. That's my dyslexia taking over again. And that is, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all 5 of them went real quick. So thank you very kindly, Irish Monk. Anyway, looking at the harmonic tremor charts, as we were kind of explaining what the meaning is, so with the purple one here, kind of a magmatic movement, seismicity with the green, and tectonic action with the blue. So and of course, all of them work together, and you can kind of create basically hybrid models of it if you wish, that kind of thing. Anyway, let me get back over to that page. So looking at what we've had here, we do see some little earthquakes that have happened, and in the duration of the day here, and that looks pretty awesome. I could probably refresh that and get a little bit more out of it. Yep, we do see it went up and down a little bit more again near the end. So all cool. Anyway, let's go up to the one for Askia, and there it is there. We're trying to get it on there. My mouse sometimes really likes to whip along here. Or hang on, it's not a mouse, it's a hamster. We do see some quakes looking at that area as well. And as we mentioned about the magmatic material here, so we do see an uplift, something pushing and then dropping back down slightly in our purple, and that would kind of indicate, yeah, we had a little bit more pressure there, and it dropped off again. So I'll be back in a bit, Doc. Okay, no worries, Lucas. We'll keep an eye on everything. And Becky, welcome, and glad to have you on board. Hopefully you'll catch on to what we've got going on here. So it is a stream about volcanoes and volcanic activity, and we cover pretty much the entire planet, and that should be pretty cool. Anyway, looking at what we've got, it gives you a pretty good idea. We did have some quakes there, so all good. Let's go down to the other charts that we want to look at. So we looked at Frankenfeld first for a reason, and that is our favorite area, of course. and that's where Ragnar is. Let's take a look at what we see at Grimsey. And of course, here you see a fairly large uptick and back down again, so some kind of a tectonic movement, and that in turn, remember what I said about everything is kind of a hybrid when you're looking at this. It allows some of the magma moving and of the seismicity as well. But let's go down. I wanted to get to the Grindavik one. We do see that one is a lot lower than what we had at our Frankfurt Fjell, so not quite as much movement there. And let's scroll down to the next one, which will be Krusavik. Of course, Grindavik is to the southwest of our wonderful Frankfurt Fjell area, and Krusavik is to the northeast. And there it shows a pretty good drop off from the beginning of the day, and we do see that one spike in here as well. We've seen it on all three areas already, so there must have been a sizable quake around. We do see a little bit of an uptick in our magma, but I don't know if it really is going to matter that much right now for that area. Let's take a look at the earthquakes for there. And that, of course, is Iceland, for those who are not familiar with it. Let me get on to the map here. And not quite as many quakes as what we were seeing in the recent past. So only 32 in the last 24 hours. And let's take a look at what we've got down here. If we zoom in a little bit, of course, this is the Reykjanes Peninsula. And we will take a look here and see what we've got. There's your Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jarðvík, Grindavik down here, and then of course the famous Blue Lagoon right there, and the power plant that's right beside it. And just so you kind of get a lay of the land, Frankfurt is this area, the outline right in here, everything inside that, but the underlying magmatic chamber is fairly large underneath there, so we're going to leave that out for right now. But we do see this little 0.59 in magnitude, 5 kilometers down. 709 is at the time that came in. Educational, fun, and friendly people here. Yeah, now for the most part. Just watch out for Piggy. She'll snap up you or bite you. There's the location of Ragnar, of course, our wonderful big volcano, and then Siggy Fisher on this end. So it gives you a pretty good idea. They call that whole area Frankfurt. This, of course, is Krusavik and to the northeast. And when we take a look at this, we see a 0.74 in magnitude. 5.8 kilometers down, 12:24 was the time on that. And we've got a magnitude 1.6, 6.8 kilometers down, 12:27. And this one, a 0.64, 6.9 kilometers down, 12:28. And there is Krusavik right there, the other volcano. And of course, this whole area in here are hot springs that are steaming, and you want to stay out of the water. Anyway, let's look at some of the other ones. 0.4, 4.5 kilometers down, 1:03 a.m. for him. Fresher one here, 22:25 is the time. 0.1, 1.7 kilometers down. Then we've got two stacked on top of each other, a 0.9 or 89, 3.6 kilometers down, and that is from 9:27. Next one from 9:25, it's a 1.24 in magnitude, 2.9 kilometers down. Next one down below here, 0.9, 4.6 kilometers down, 1800 is the time on that, or 6 p.m. Their time in Iceland. And then we get to this one, 4 a.m., 0.86, 6.4 kilometers down. And he's got a friend fairly close here at 1.17 in magnitude, 8.8 kilometers down from 10:30. And this one, 1.11, 7.2 kilometers down, 6:31. And of course, that is getting close to Hekla, and that is one of the other volcanoes. And this, of course, we see a few around Eyjafjallajökull. There we go. Got it out. Wow. 1921, we had a 0.9, 3.8 kilometers down, and 0 at 5.4 kilometers down, and that was at 1935. And the one closest to Eyjafjallajökull, well, don't try to say that quickly, okay? It's really, really hard. Anyway, 1944 was the time, 1.6, 1.1 kilometers down. And let's move over to Katla. We see a couple zeros, and I'm still amazed at those zeros, that they can measure them. 0.3 is the kilometer depth, and that might be, that's 300 meters, that might be ice movement. 1852 was the time on that one. This one here is 2226. It was 5.5 kilometers down. Definitely not ice at that depth. And then we have a 1.1 in magnitude, 1.1 kilometers down at 2300. And that's 11 p.m. Iceland time. Moving up a little bit more, we see Irish monks' favorite volcano, and that is Bardabunga. And there we go, and we got a 2.23, 2.9 kilometers down, 3:46 a.m. At least I think it's his favorite one, and that is where he lost his Jeep and his GPS unit. It's there somewhere. Every once in a while it makes little beeping noises. Anyway, a 0.13, and that is a surface quake, 83 meters down. That's at 11:08, and that is awesome. And then we get over here, and the one that everybody thinks is going to pop, and I'm still kind of going, yeah, on the fence. Anyway, 0.65 in magnitude, 3.8 kilometers down from 1259. And, you know, we can get into other discussions about cooling and crystallization of magma and things like that, but we'll save that for another day. Anyway, 0.45 in magnitude, 2.9 kilometers down from 1427. There's a, let's see, 0.79, 8.5 kilometers down from 916. And we got 0.3, 6 kilometers down, 2205. There's a magnitude 1 right there, and that is from 4.2 kilometers down, 916 on Herðabreit. And then we've got a 0.52, 9.3 kilometers down, 1151 as at the time on him. And moving up a little bit, we see a 0.4 to the northeast, 3.7 kilometers down, 1953 is that guy. 2022, and that is a 0.6 in magnitude. I just want to check something here. Are we... bit rate is down like a yo-yo. Buffering, yep. I see that. It just dropped here for a second, and it should be back now. Hopefully you're not buffering. I just noticed that the bit rate just dropped right out for a second on both streams actually, and now it's telling me, of course, now that it's back up, it's telling me that the bit rate is down. I gotta love that. All right, I should be back though, and hopefully all good. All right, thanks, Henry. 0.6 in magnitude, 2.8 kilometers down, 2022 is the time on that guy. Then we take a look up here in the north. For those who aren't familiar with it, there's Grimsey, the island of Grimsey, and that is our most northern sensor point that we have there, or land sensor point, I should say. Thank you, Tom, for the 5-minute warning. We'll do this 1.53, 12 kilometers down, 9:04 a.m. Then we see this one, 1.28, 9.7 kilometers down, 9:56 a.m. 1.06, and then it's 13.1 kilometers down from 3:16 a.m. And then we've got this 1.31 and 9.3 kilometers down from 15:12, and that gives you a pretty good idea of what we're seeing there. So what we're going to see in the next little while here with Iceland is we're going to see a drop in a number of quakes as soon as some of these other ones die out, and we'll probably see that number. This morning I looked and we were down to about 11 quakes on all of Iceland, and that is really super low. So we'll see what happens in the near future, especially super low considering we have a magma chamber underneath Askja that is 10 cubic kilometers in size, and it's super low, so no pressure on anything. And like I said, one day we'll, well, maybe tomorrow we'll work on talking about crystallization and what I refer to as kind of concreting itself in, and hopefully that may explain a little bit of why we have not yet seen an eruption, but we'll see. Especially if I can get permission to show that other video, I think that would be really awesome, and that gives you a lot more insight as to what is actually going on, and it's kind of neat to see. Anyway, do have a couple minutes. Let's head over to somebody is they got a wonk. Is Wonky Donkey here? Welcome on. Oh, are you trying to attack or attract? Careful with that Wonky Donkey. He's been stealing time lately. He's I think he's sleeping now, if he isn't here. Anyway, there is our wonderful São Jorge, or São Jorge, if you say it in Portuguese, if I said it right. Right, Irish monk? Anyway, that's the island we're on. We do see one of the small villages, and the lit up area here is actually our harbor, or one of them. And just to give you a better idea what it looks like during the day. Oh, that is not the picture. This is the picture. That's what it looks like during the daytime. And we check here to see how many earthquakes they've got. And of course they do have two wonderful volcanoes that are code yellow right now. And maybe in the future they will pop. Looking at the other shot here, this is the cove that I had flashed upon the screen. And that is this one. And this, of course, is not from today. This is from a different day, but it gives you the idea of what you're looking at only at nighttime. And what we look for is how much white water we're seeing in here to get an idea of how rough the ocean is for that area. I see the bit rate is doing a little bit of a yo-yo stuff again, so I hope things are going to calm down. Anyway, let's take a look and see if we got any new earthquakes on there, and it does show 3 of them, so that is awesome, and those are on São Jorge. We have this one here, 2.0 from 2019, and then we've got 1.5 from sorry, did I say 2019? It's 1920. How about that? Dyslexia strikes again. The other one is from 1947, fine year, and I'm sure Irish Monk will agree to that. And then 1.8 from 2004, and that might be a good year as well. Sleepy, good evening, Lava family. Tanto, good night, and let all your kitties go sleep as well. I'm sure they'll do that. And top of the hour, Doc. Okay, yep, we will just about done here. Let's get rid of the commercials. We do see those 3 quakes there. We do have one in addition to that. That's a 2.2 from a 543 and down here just past San Miguel Island. And of course that is on the East Azores Ridge. The other 3 of course are right on our wonderful Sao George, or Sao Jorge, if you want to say it that way. And that's Pico Island, Fayal Island. Of course, the active areas of this one over here, and then over on Terceira, that's the other active area, this volcano here. And on that friendly note, it is time to take a break. And yep, every half hour we do that, and just have to. And of course, there's Sue waving at us from over there in Nova Scotia, and Irish Monk over here from Ireland, just so you get an idea of where we are. And that is pretty cool. All right, let me go take a break, and I'm going to put you back. No, not here. How about here? Well, I could put you back here. That they've changed our view, and I don't know why that keeps stalling. Where is it? It's here somewhere. That, of course, that's Kilauea, or Halemaumau crater. They zoomed the camera out, no longer looking at the west lava pond, since there's no lava. Anyway, let's put you back over onto the other more exciting volcano. Actually, let's take a look. No, Semeru won't work either. It's full of clouds. I'll leave you here for the time being. Don't go away, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and of course you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Please don't go away. Lots more to come after the break. We will have bacon seeds. So we'll go through those, and thank you to Piggy for them. And that's it for right now. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like button, obviously. And also, if you are sitting on the sidelines, consider hitting the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. On that note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Here comes some music. Thanks. And I am back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board. I see Leo Carlson popped in. Welcome, Leo. I just love this channel. Awesome. Thank you, Becky. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Kevin and Mars and Colin. What had 503s? Welcome back. All right. Yeah, I noticed that there we go again. My bit rate is shooting way up and then coming back down. So I'm not sure what's going on. That is not on my end. Behaving right now. John and Leo and I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. And now I'm intermittent buffering. Oh, darn. What the heck is going on? Yeah, I see my bit rates shooting up again, and makes me wonder what is going on. Anyway, thanks to Hermione and Fluffy as well. I don't want to forget you. Russell Brainerd, I'm having the same problem. And I see I've got another error popped up here on my thing telling me that I'm supposed to fix things. Well, hang on, it's not me, it's my stuff is working. It's the interweb, people. Oh boy, I wish they would straighten things out. There we go again. We're up and down like a yo-yo. I don't know what to say here. Do I dare try doing a quick restart on the browser, and not on the browser but on the software? It's stable again now. Hopefully it will be okay. And Dr. Fox, I fell over the cable. Irish Monk. Okay, I hope. Oh, there we go again. Yeah. All right, I see it going up and down, and likely more buffering. So, give me a second here. Let me try something. Just give me a second. Don't go anywhere. Let me try. By disconnecting and reconnecting, it may pick a different path, and we'll maybe see if that is good. So don't go away, anyone, and we'll see what happens here. Give it a second. Okay, I've reconnected, and let's see if that becomes a little bit more stable. Hopefully we will see what goes. And so far it's right on the money as far as the bit rate is concerned, so hopefully we are okay. What do you have to do, Dr. Fox? Well, basically what I just did was just disconnected the stream and then reconnected it. And what that causes is a reconnect, and hopefully it'll select a different path rather than the existing one that we were going through. I think sometimes some of those switches may not work 100% right, and we get some issues, but it looks stable now, so let's give it a whirl. Colin says he's buffering now. Uh-oh. 5x5 from Sue Hayes. Okay, let's get over to our bacon seeds and see what we can do. And anyway, this was the last one from yesterday, and of course our wonderful Piggy has sent us some new ones, and I see it going up and down again. This may not be so good. Anyway, Piggy did send us some new seeds, and that is all good. And we'll see what we've got. Here's the first one, and I like this little bacon seed. It's slightly different. It's actually a Pepsi bottle. Oh, hang on. No, that's a guinea pig. That's not even a real pig, but it's a mini bacon. Yeah. You gotta love that. A little Pepsi guinea pig. Haven't seen one of them before, but I'm sure if we drink from that bottle, it'll be a little fuzzy. It might even bite if I tried to drink out of the. I'm getting a drop frames again, you guys. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Next, a wonderful picture. Okay, more buffering going on, and I'm very disappointed here. I'm wondering what is going on, because it's not happy for me. We're back to the right levels again. So anyway, this is our next one, and that one is definitely more dropping the bit rates. I wonder what is going on. It's just up and down like a yo-yo. Restart your server. All of them. It's not me. It's not my server. If I restart my modem, we'll be down for 20 minutes. That is what it is. And my modem should not be hot. Hang on, let me double check. We are drawing in cold air, and I'm going to open the window a little bit more, see if that helps cool it down a bit. Is the weather affecting it? It could be. I have no idea. Anyway, lost it again. Darn it. Sorry, guys. It's beyond my control. My stuff here is working. So I'm kind of just baffled as to why the bit rate is going up and down. It's got to be something to do with Sean Cable. We're stable again now, so it's those balloons. Lizoid, you might be right. Dr. Fox, there are any apps or programs running in the background. Mars 2028. I have multiple things running on this computer. And I mean multiple. Apps running in the background is an understatement. Okay. There's so much stuff running on here that we can't deal with all of it. And sometimes what it is Windows tries to do a sneaky update, but it should have. Anyway, here's our next bacon. Hopefully that goes right down to nothing. Oh, why is this thing doing this? It's just driving me crazy. Okay, it's like going up and down like a yo-yo. Yep. It's the spring piggies, and that's what we've got there. Spring bacon seeds, you guys. Bear with us, and here's a mean mama. Now YouTube's telling me again, now that I'm back up to speed, it's telling me that I've got problems again. Need batteries. Yep, somebody needs batteries. These proper breaker up now. What? Proper breaker up now. Yeah, okay, not sure what that is supposed to mean. Doesn't make sense to me, John, but we're back to regular bit rates, so we should be okay. And next bacon seeds are these little young'uns, and that mama is tired looking. Hopefully she is okay, and she's got a whole batch there that are doing the thing. It's not breaking up on my end in Oregon yet. Oh, excellent. And that is good, Becky. We're solid here. That's, yeah, every other word. Okay, I hope that's coming through now. It just doesn't make sense to me, you guys. I am not in control of the internet. Once it leaves my modem here, it's well beyond my control. It may need a complete shutdown and reboot. Who knows? Maybe that modem does need to be rebooted. But right now, I mean, I'm doing what I need to do. John Donovan, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Mom needs a hot wash. Yep, I think so. She's been busy feeding her little ones. And let's see if we get to the next one. Here's another mama. And she looks proud. She's looking at her little ones, making sure they're all good. And there's a whole batch. So that's an awesome pile of little bacon seeds. And I guess that's Piggy's theme today, is of the little ones. And pretty cool. And that is awesome. All right, I'm seeing we are pretty steady as far as bitrate now. Hopefully it's not buffering for anyone anymore. And hopefully it'll stay that way. And the last bacon seeds. Are all of these mine? Yeah. She's got a smile on her face though, so she's proud of what she's got there. Definitely. It looks like a good little herd. And one last bacon seed, and there we go. And this one is another proud mama taking her little ones for a stroll. And that is awesome. And they look like they're having a good time too. Little fellas going out for a walk with their mama. Henry says a quick start and stop on my end. All right. Well, it seems to be stable right now, so I don't know. I guess we'll keep going, and hopefully it will be okay. Anyway, yep. It frustrates me when signals aren't going through, and really, there's truly nothing I can do. It's not on my end. So when people are jumping up and down saying I got buffering, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't fix it. It's the internet. It's the guys doing their thing. So yeah, it's part of the electronics in the world, and kind of beyond my control. Anyway, let's keep going. So we will leave our wonderful bacon seeds alone. Thank you, Piggy, for supplying those once again. That is awesome. And let me just check with some of my other screens here. I want to make sure I've got my other stuff kind of on a low key, so they aren't taking anything away from me. And I will make Hawaii a little smaller. And that is sitting low, okay. And there's this one. We'll cut that back, make sure that we are not going to affect anything here. Okay, these are all cut back. And let's see, this one is okay. That's okay. This one is just reloaded. This one is reloading. This one is loading. Wasn't even loaded yet. So, yeah, it's tough when you can't do anything about it. And unfortunately, I'm beyond trying to fix Shaw Cable's problems or whatever else down the pipe there is between here and YouTube, and then back to your places, right? It is very difficult for me to try to do anything about it, and it does get me quite frustrated. It just makes me want to turn things off. I just closed YouTube and it came back, and it worked for me. Okay, well, Tom, I hope it keeps working. Anyway, let's get on to our next volcanoes, and we'll see if we can make heads or tails out of what's going on here. This, of course, is Popocatépetl in Mexico. Right now, the top is covered with cloud, but if we back up a little bit, we see that it was puffing. There is still some snow on Popocatépetl. Of course, that is 70 kilometers south of Mexico City. And just watching now that I switched scenes here, I'm just looking to see if it's doing anything, because that would indicate if it's on my end. And I didn't see any change in my bit rate. Hopefully it's all good there on everybody else's end. Anyway, that's what we're seeing. Going back a little bit, we know we were in for more cloud, and if we continue going back, oh, that's all the way. Yeah, magically it did that by itself too. That is what it looked like this morning at 6:12 a.m. And that is nice looking. And let's see if we can go ahead a little bit and see until we get to some puffing action. Right around here, 8:32, we did actually see something come out. And last night while I was watching, I was looking at our other one, Fuego, and I could swear it was snowing at Fuego as well. And of course, Popocatépetl is very, very tall. So let's see. I just finished 95 income tax. I thought I would stop by. Oh, 95 income tax forms? Holy mackerel. You want to do mine? Anyway, yeah, Popocatépetl not looking all that hot. And let's see, this other one here, and this is a Fuego. And right now it is buffering. And I don't believe a Fuego showed itself since they've had that bad weather there. So this was earlier at 12:30. You do see some pyroclastic, no, not pyroclastic, but there's some tephra cloud coming up here, ash cloud up top. But beyond that, everything was a cloud. So we're not going to see a heck of a lot out of Fuego today. This was early this morning, 10 o'clock. They did restart this stream. They typically don't do that unless it's a really, really bad weather there. So that's kind of what we got. I've got 86 likes showing. I don't know how many likes there are. Anyway, here's our next shot. I see the bit rate's going up again, so we'll see what happens. This is a little further south. Fuego, of course, is Guatemala. This one is a Messiah volcano. That is a still picture. Of course, you can see down into the hole there where the actual vent is in the caldera. And it's quite deep. If you fall down inside there, you are not coming back out. So first drop is about 200 meters. A second drop, again, about 200 to 300 meters. And then you've got lava on the bottom. So and that is what we've got. I've got a little buffering, but that might be the Wi-Fi here. Okay, well, I hope it's not buffering too much. Next one, of course, is a report on Cerro Negro, and that is in Ecuador-Colombia border region. And Cerro Negro, of course, had a swarm of earthquakes started occurring beneath the Chile's Cerro Negro volcano complex. On the 9th of March at 11 a.m. Then you've got whatever the organizations are there that reported it. Okay, volcano tectonic earthquake with a magnitude of 3.4 was detected and even felt by local residents. Swarm itself has been accompanied by 4,500, a small almost long period, low frequency earthquakes with a rate at about 200 events per hour. So that's like one every 3 or 3 every 1 minute, something like that, a little bit more. This could suggest elevated fluid movement of gas, water, and possibly magma under the surface. Seismic swarms beneath the volcano complex appear regularly as seismic activity is mainly distributed beneath the east-southeast area near the Potrerillos region, if I said it right. This is worth mentioning that the largest magnitude over the past year was recorded with a magnitude of 5.6 on July 25th of last year. So that is pretty cool. And let's see, greets John Gonzalez, welcome. And it's been interesting. I love to people entertaining for the company. They have nothing else to do. Anyway, there's kind of an area of where that swarming is. It gives you an idea what we're looking at. Colombia there, Ecuador here, right along that border region. And most of it is, of course, in Ecuador. And that is what we see there. And let's see, do they have anything else? Frequency of quakes per hour since March 9th. That graph shows you it's fairly high. And of course, they cut off at March 10th at 12 o'clock. So, pretty awesome to see that. And what else they got for us in there? Nope, nothing else. So that is it for that one. And we can close that out. And let's go back. Nope, nothing from... Still in the clouds there, I think. Yep, that is our wonderful volcano gray. Love that color, eh? That is, of course, Fuego in Guatemala. And this, of course, is back to our wonderful Popocatépetl south of Mexico City. It is time for a break, you guys, so I am going to take a break. I'm going to put you back over here in the meantime. Hopefully the yo-yo business won't go up and down too much for our wonderful stream, and you won't be buffering. Anyway, that is, of course, Merapi, and that is in central Java in Indonesia. And I'll leave it as that for right now. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do consider doing that if you're enjoying the show. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. And after we get back, we will take a look and see if we can see anything at Semeru. Of course, we will also take a look over at our wonderful Ruapehu, see if it is calm and everything. Okay, I didn't know I was lagging. Well, get on that right now. Well, you should be okay, Becky. Hopefully you're doing okay. Anyway, I see I've got things buffering again here. Let me see if my bit rate is down. Yep, again, a bit rate is down. So that could be what is causing your buffering. And not sure what all is happening here. I may have too many windows open. Let me see something else here. We're going to kill a couple of other windows. That one is okay. This one, I'm going to kill this one too. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe we can show this one in the meantime. Maybe that'll be better. And that is the other side or different view of Merapi from Yanur. Merapi is what they call that one. Anyway, I'll leave that on and don't go away. And I will be back in a few minutes. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, who's complaining about the internet as it goes up and down like a yo-yo. Don't go away. We'll be back. Thanks. microphone is back on, and hopefully everything is stabilizing or calming down a little bit as far as the internet is concerned. I've been watching the bit rate. There is still a little bit of up and down in it, and I am wondering what the heck is going on. Anyway, thank you everyone for sticking with it. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the welcome backs from Leo. And making me pre-drive a test with the music in my ears just makes me dance all the way around the truck. Hey, cool. And thanks Mars 2028 and John and Kevin and Becky, and I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. And I just noticed my bit rate jumped up and dropped when I did that. Thanks, Hermione and Fluffy. Anyway, yep, let's see what we got going on here. So we did have a look at Popocatépetl. We are looking at what we've got there at Merapi. Let's go to our next one. Oh no, I wiped out... let's see, which one did I wipe out? I wiped out one of my good streams here by accident, and that is Ruapehu, and we'll leave Ruapehu out of it for today. It's not erupting anyway, so we'll do that tomorrow. Let's go over to Taupo's chart. I'm going to refresh that real quick just so we're up to date. And there we go. Click on that and get it going. We do see quite a bit of activity there at Taupo, and hopefully it is stable. It does look like it's simmering down again, but you never know. This is a little bit more action than a little while, so you know, we're not seeing the almost flat line that we did before. Definitely something going on there, and I want a picture. What? We a pictures of Thor. Uh-oh. Yeah, thanks, Sue, but didn't say that. Gotta go to work, LOL. Thanks, Dr. Fox. Appreciate all you do for us. Oink, oink. And you're welcome, Leo. And I guess no barbecue now. Yeah, I see my bit rate just went completely high again. Irish Monk, thank you for the wonderful super chat. Wow, that is an awesome super chat. Thank you very kindly. 32 bits for a computer to eat. Oh, thank you very kindly. That is awesome. Thanks, Irish Monk. Hopefully it will help the computer. We'll see. Thank you kindly, Irish Monk. Appreciate that wonderful super chat. Anyway, that's what we're seeing at Taupo. Quick peek at what it looks like there, and this, of course, is what we are seeing. And Ruapehu would have been visible too. Darn it! I should get that back up there. Ruapehu is in the back here, by the way. You can see it from here. Anyway, the caldera for Taupo is the entirety of the lake, and of course the center where most of that action is kind of over there, just by that light pole, way beyond this spit, and kind of out in the open. That's kind of the central area where a lot of the activity is right now. Just so we have that. Anyway, while we're on this page, we do want to talk about... Uh-oh, I see we're dropping in bits again. Darn it. I'll wait till it comes up here before I keep going. It's really, really quite low, and I know it's not my computer doing this. This is something going on with the internet. And so yeah, there we go, we're stable again, so hopefully that'll cut back in for you guys. Anyway, report on Merapi, Java, Indonesia. It says a large hot avalanche continues. Okay, activity of the volcano continues at high levels. Large-sized blocks and ash flows persist to tumble down the hill from the dome. Being observed tonight at 2040, traveling through the Bibang ravine caused numerous incandescent avalanches. Flows reached a height of about 2 kilometers distance. Length, I should say, not height, distance from the summit. Okay, the main reason for these flows might be a sudden accumulation of magma batching rise to the southwestern lava dome. And I see the bit rates again are telling me that it's buffering. So, hey, C&D Boy is here, and I'm in the Lurkers Lounge. Okay, no worries, C&D Boy. Anyway, pyroclastic flows are deadly, turbulent, hot avalanches of lava rock, fragments of all sizes embedded in the mixture of turbulent gas and ash racing down slopes. Pyroclastic flows at Merapi volcano tonight. And let's see if this will play, and we'll give that a quick shot. This, of course, is some of that stuff. This is a time lapse that they have there on volcanodiscovery.de or .com, and it just shows you a little bit of the activity. There was lightning in the area at the same time, but that, of course, being very awesome flow again with a lot of hot lava this time. Typically we've been seeing it with just ash, but now it has lava included. So when you see that racing down the hill, yeah, look out. That is really, really deadly. You don't want to be breathing any of that, and that is a pretty nasty stuff. How long is that video? I think I'm going to try putting in a full screen here, see how much better that is, and we'll try that again. You should be able to see a good chunk of that, hopefully, and at least the top portions and the lightning flashes. So it definitely is going down that hill, so hopefully that is coming through okay. I see the bit rate is up again from this. I don't know exactly what's causing it. Yep, pyroclastic flows are super fast. Even at Tesla isn't even a Tesla isn't fast enough to outrun it. And that is very, very correct. Mars 2028. Some of the pyroclastic flows have been clocked at 600 kilometers per hour, and that is super fast. So that is something you definitely want to avoid if you can at all costs. You will not be able to outrun it. And you know, when you see some of those movies where they're trying to get away from it with their pickup trucks, no, ain't happening. Head in the opposite direction. And buffering again, John? Yeah, I'm sorry, not anything I can do. It is what it is. Let's go over to our next page, and of course that is Semeru. We're going to have a look at Semeru, and I'm trying to get over there. Give me a second. And that is Semeru right now. I do have extra pages open here, so our CCTV Semeru wasn't working. Maybe it is now. No, they got commercials. I prefer them over this Massbend 77. This is just showing it at a distance, and we may not be able to see a heck of a lot at Semeru today. most of it was in cloud, and if we even go back in here, we will likely just see cloud. Let me see. Yeah, you do see a little bit of a glow up top, but it's certainly not the zoomed in view from the other one. Let's see if we can take a look at it, if it is working. Yeah, it is working, but not very well. So they're in cloud. They restarted this stream about 24 minutes ago, and they too were having problems. But that is kind of it for over there. Madam Rutsa, let's see if we can see a shot at a Taal. Yep, a Taal is supposed to be there is a Taal, and that is a Taal volcano in the Philippines, and you can definitely see the volcano here. Taal isn't very tall for those who are here. Becky, if you're new to this, Taal is actually a crater or a volcano within a lake, which is Caldera Lake in the larger volcano. And not sure if you're familiar with it, but that is in the Philippines, and it is actually kind of it's got a lake inside this crater here. There's a crater lake inside here, and then you've got the volcano, and then you've got that volcano is within this lake, and this is actually the caldera of the original volcano. So it's like a lake within a crater in a lake in a crater, that kind of thing. So hopefully that makes a little more sense. I see 100 likes. Ooh, awesome, Thor. That is awesome. I like 100 likes. Anyway, that's what we've got going on now, and of course we start to see buffering occasionally here too. And my frame rate dropped again. Really bad internet today for some reason. Typically our internet is not this bad, and I'm very disappointed in it. So hopefully things will straighten out. Anyway, that is Taal, and hopefully it will be okay. And yeah, I see the warnings coming up here again saying that it is telling me to send more signal. Yeah, well, how about you tell my service provider? I'm sending it all I got. Aye, Captain. Storms and more storms. Yep, that's kind of the way it is. Anyway, that's what we've got going on there. Thank you for the 5-minute warning, Tom. And let's go over to Japan real quick and see what we've got going on there. I'm going to reduce these in size here before I leave, and we'll hide those chats. There we go, and get over to our wonderful that's Sakurajima in Japan, and that's the close-up view. Of course, we do have the closer shot, which is the actual crater. Thor gifted 1 membership. Excellent, Thor. Thank you very kindly for that. Let me get that written down. Thor, and I gifted 1. Do appreciate that, Thor. That's very kind. And Echo the Bot got that. Congratulations, Echo the Bot. And he will be happy with having a new membership for a month. Thank you kindly, Thor, and do appreciate it. Anyway, that is our close-up shot of what we're seeing at Sakurajima today. If we look at it from the, not the crater cam, but the what they call the close-up, it looks not bad. We do see it smoking a little bit, and if we go back in time, we don't see too much heavy plumage coming out of it, even during the night. And that, of course, is It's a 5:23 there for them at that point. Didn't see a heck of a lot. There was a little bit of a bump or burp right in here. I don't even know what time that was originally. I did look. 3:24 a.m. You can see a little bit of a plume that came out, but it wasn't huge. We do see the steam and tephra and gases flowing off towards the north there. And let's see if we see anything else. I didn't see any lava or anything like that coming out. There's another spot here where it did kind of give off another little shot, and this was at 1:26 a.m. You can see that plume. I'm advancing it 5 seconds at a time here. You can see that plume heading upward, and that's kind of what we've got going on. So yep, that's what they had there. Didn't see any lava coming out or anything like that, so unfortunately. And when we leave it, we don't see anything else there. I'm going to put this back on live. Let's go over to the other shot. There comes your ice cream boat, you guys. Ice cream boat heading for the docks. And let's sharpen that up a little so we can see it. There you go. And yep, it's a time for ice cream. And ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And that'll be awesome. So I have an ice cream, and that'll be just in time for the break. And once that gets going there, and for those who have not gone down for ice cream, you see the road here. It goes down here at the lights. You hang a left. You go all the way down to the dock, and they'll set up the ice cream stand down there. You can get your ice cream. And if you're walking back and you happen to drop your ice cream, the hazmat building is right here beside that taller one, and they'll clean it up for you. So that lava ice cream is, of course, a hazard. So anyway, enjoy the ice cream, and we will take a look at the other volcanoes on our list here. And this one, of course, is Suwanosejima, a little further to the south on one of the islands. And it wasn't doing too well. It didn't show me a heck of a lot here as I was going back. Here, maybe a plume here. Yeah, right in here. We did have an eruption at, what is it, 3:57 a.m. You can see it 5 seconds at a time. You'll see it moving a little bit quicker. Of course, we can see it because of the moonlight lighting up that cloud, which is really kind of nice. So we definitely know it did its thing, and was pretty awesome to be able to see that. Going back though, I'm just trying to see if we see anything else in the meantime. There was a couple other small pops, and there was a bigger one of eruption at 2:30. I see the bit rates dropped again. Yeah, way down. Bit rate is come back up. It's gone too high now. Now it's stabilizing. Okay, bit rate is back to where it should be. Anyway, that is at 2:36 a.m. Hopefully that'll be okay. And we had a few more of those pops. And we did actually even see one from earlier there. And that is what you see right in here from the front vent. So both vents are active during the night. Thank you, Hermian. I will do that. So not my computer messing up. No, Grandma B, not your computer. It's my internet is unstable today. And it happens on occasion. Anyway, I'm going to reduce that one in size and get over to the next volcano here real quick. And of course, that is our wonderful ASO. Lots of steam and SO2 in there. You can see the caldera is roughly from about over here to over there. And there's water in it. I put a $10 external sound card on my old PC, and I thought it might be me. No, definitely not. You're is going for a dip again. Oh boy. Okay. Almost makes me want to quit the stream. Anyway, that is it for right now. I'm going to go take a break, you guys. I'm going to put you back on the other channel here. Let you watch Merapi. Well, can't be perfect all the time. No, it can't. Going to let you take a few minutes here and calm myself down. Back after the break, you guys, and it is a time for that break. Let's see, is my bit rate still there? Yeah, it's too high now. I don't know what the heck is going on. This is the most action I've seen in a long time. Okay. Oh, the most action from most of ASO. Yeah. As of late, yeah, it's been doing all right. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting really frustrated. My bit rate is up and down like a crazy yo-yo here. Hopefully, it'll be okay. The like button if you can. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, and typically we don't have these issues with the yo-yo bit rate going up and down, so please understand that, and do subscribe if you are so inclined. And on that friendly note, welcome Gren Zed, and I'm going to go for a break. Don't go away. Here comes some music, hopefully. Low planetary index at 1.5. Okay, and that should be all right. I wonder where the issue is. Because I are doing the same thing. And again, this one is completely dropped. And now it's back up way over speed. So, wow. Thank you for the welcome backs there from Mars and Thor. I may just call it here. This is not going to be any fun if it keeps dropping for everyone. Couple of these explore animal streams I'm watching. We're going to highlights and skipping this last hour or two. Okay, thanks. Yeah, must be lots of folks on streams. I don't know. I'm here. I have no idea what the rest of the world is doing. Thank you. I hear you, DrFox2000. Kind of broken up. Sharon Stewart. Anyway, yeah, it's driving me crazy. So I don't know if I'm even getting out there, getting through. It's watching the bit rates go up and down is just crazy here. So hopefully things will lighten up a little bit and go down. Okay, we've looked at pretty much all the volcanoes. Let's take a look at the earthquakes real quick, and we may modify that real fast and see what goes on. We are rolling. Thank you. Glad I thought I caught the end to catch up with quakes, and of course. If the seeing more activity up here in the Aleutian Islands, and hopefully this is coming through what we've got going on. Big time. What went to auto quality at 144 when I refreshed. Haha, I guess it's noticing the lag too. Yep, and I just see it again. It goes down to 0 and then shoots back up to about twice the height of what it should be. Now it's stable again. This is crazy. Now it's dropping again. It's a complete yo-yo. Just don't get what's going on. And both streams are doing that. So that looks like a Tanaga Island. It is a Tanaga Island. Hopefully my audio is getting through. Lots of swarming there, and we are seeing that. That is on the Aleutian Islands, of course. We are noticing rate is going up and down. Froze on the island. It's freezing. Yeah, now my bit rate is back to 6,000. It's supposed to be 4,600, and it's just going crazy. Boy, I don't know if I'm gonna keep going here. Anyway, quick peek here in the Aleutian, Charlotte Islands. We had a 4.2, and I got no bit rates left. Send us a fax. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at my stream. This is just absolutely crazy. There, now we're back at stable bit rates, but I don't know if this is going to keep doing this. This is not worthwhile for me to stream, because if you're only getting every second or third word, it's really no good for me or no good for you guys. And I'm almost thinking we're going to just shut down if this keeps going. It's telling me I've got to drop bit of frames again here. The alarms basically are going off saying it's not stable. Right now it's stable again. So it's really, really hard to say what we should do. Delay. Yeah. Refresh, and hopefully it'll be good. The Eagle Cam and Volcanoverse stream are now good. Maybe give a few. Yeah, we'll give it another minute or so. Right now they're okay. I see the bit rates are back up and holding. So, yeah, I'm just watching it very carefully. Now it's starting to yo-yo again a bit. And all right. Typically the bit rate moves within about 30 or 40 bits up and down. And I've been watching it go right down to 0 today, and up as high as a 9,000 or even a 10,000 bits. And I'm sending at 4,600. So it is going to be tough. Anyway, it seems to be reasonable right now. All right, I'm going to try to keep going. Real quick, I don't know if you guys got the stuff about the one here in the Queen Charlotte Islands. Okay, 4.2. And I see as soon as I move and do anything, it starts to change. Anyway, no stuff there. We do see here a 4.7 in Peru from 2111, 108 kilometers down, a fairly recent one. Then we do have a 5.1 down on the bottom end of Peru, and that came in at 1312. And let's see, and we've got another one here, 4.5 in Argentina, 14 a.m., 119 kilometers down. And then we've got a 5.2 Argentina from 1650, 136.7 kilometers down. Sliding down here, we do see out down on the South Sandwich Islands another 4.9 from 49 minutes after midnight. I'm trying to keep an eye on the stream as well as do this, so it's going to be a little bit hit and miss. Anyway, that one is 23.9 kilometers down. And let's move over and see off the coast of New Zealand, we had a 4.7, and that came in technically yesterday at 1937, and looks a little more stable now. All right. And that one, of course, 10 kilometers down, yesterday's 4.7. Kermadec Ridge or Kermadec Island region, 40 a.m., 10 kilometers down, 5.0 in magnitude. This one here is in Fiji, 5.0, 11 minutes after midnight, 550 kilometers down. Solomon Island area, 5.0, and I'm watching my bit rates. They're starting to go up and down again. That's an unusual place for the earthquake. This one out here, yep, you bet, Gren Zed. That is a very unusual place. We don't usually see them in here. Usually it's here along the fault line, and there's the fault right in here, right? And this is out in the middle of nowhere, and makes a guy wonder. But anyway, let's keep going. So we have that 5.0 Solomon Islands, 15:46 is the time on it, from 10 kilometers down. And then we see this new one, Papua New Guinea, 6.3 in magnitude, and that came in at 1849, 221.6 kilometers down, and really messed things up. So maybe that broke the cable. And then we got a 4.6 here in Indonesia, very close to Timor-Leste, and that is 4:55 a.m., 83.9 kilometers down for him. Next one, a 4.2, 16:05 was the time on that, 154 kilometers down. Don't see anything else in the in Indonesian areas. Going up a little bit more up here, Philippines, 4.5, 6:52 a.m., 35.6 kilometers down for him, and just slightly north of the Philippines, in between, kind of halfway in between Taiwan and the Philippines. We do see a 4.7, and I'm trying to keep an eye on this undersea landslide maybe for that one over in New Zealand. I don't know about a landslide because that's a higher area. This actually, let's just do this. Let's turn on the ocean view here for a second, and you see where it is. I could understand if it was here over on the edge. We do have a kind of a bit of a ridge here, but I don't know, that doesn't look like it's really a big spot. The drop-off is possibly another, I'd say, good 20-30 miles away from it before we see any significant drop. So I don't think it's underwater landslide, at least not from what I see. Anyway, we got that 4.5 there. We got the other 4.7 at 15:53, 57 kilometers down. Don't see anything else along Japan, and I see my bit rates starting to drop again. And we got a 4.5 here, Coral Islands, 8:40 a.m., and that is 35 kilometers down. Hopefully the bit rate is coming back up. No, it's dropping. Going back to this one, it says 10 kilometers. Let's go to the other map. Hang on, let's do that. Oh, my internet is dropped. Ha! Wait for it. It'll come back. They actually had two there, according to this. 3.7, 33 kilometers down, and the other one is a 4.7, 10 kilometers down. So there was two of them there, and if we look at that map, you can see the seafloor pretty 10 kilometers down, and that kind of gives us that. More buffering, yep, I see that, and it is earthquakes. And that is a 4.0 in China from 7:42, and I don't know if my audio's getting through. That's kind of what I'm afraid of. It isn't, but anyway, 10 kilometers down for that. We do see two more in Turkey. We've got a 4.4 from yesterday, 2013, 10 kilometers down, and a 4.2 from 2023. 8 kilometers down there in Turkey, and hopefully things have stabilized long enough that we've got our volcanoes done. We do see a fair-sized one here, 4.6 in Dominican Republic. That is actually a fairly big compared to most of them that they have in the area. And that should be all right. Okay, all loud and clear with audio, excellent. Okay, that can mean unknown. Man-made out there, Grenz. That is, at least I wouldn't think so. Is there any mining going on in there? I can hear you in between buffering. Oh, poor Mona. and I see it's going up and down again. This is frustrating. It is really frustrating for me to do this while it's doing what it is doing. Not a lot of fun, and I do apologize, guys, but that's just something I have no control over. And I'm very unhappy with the internet. Nothing I can do to fix, unfortunately. That's not what I want to click on. I want to click on this one. There we go. Let's get over to the SO2 map. I think I'm going to skip going over our volcano report for today, and because if the audio is being chopped up, there's no sense in me reading it unless we get a stability here. Anyway, it is a break time, and the weird thing is McGregor lives, or alive. What? McGregor alive is a fine. Yeah, it's depends on where you are. I'm thinking that this is something here. No mining we're aware of, but can be foreign boats, submarines, disposing of other things, or a seismic survey. Oh, okay, seismic survey, perhaps. Yeah. Anyway, I see it going up and down again. I'm going to take a break, you guys, and we'll see. Volcano is not that long. Keep it for tomorrow. Okay, we will do that. My alarm just went off. The road is calling my name, heading north. May you all be well and stay safe. Thor, you take care and stay safe as well. And I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to see if this will stabilize a little bit. So please hang in there for a little bit. We'll see if you know, I'm watching my other stream here too. It too is going down, so we definitely have some internet issues going on in Edmonton or the area, and not sure what's causing it. Anyway, for those people who are here, hang in there, and we'll see what we can do. Stop a virus scan, etc. in background. Grenzed, all that stuff is turned off, okay? Let's not even go there. That's all dealt with. There's nothing going on in the background of my stuff. It's not my computer. It can't be this one. This one is going down. The other one is going down. They're not both scanning at the same time, okay? It's pretty simple. So it's not my stuff, all right? And it gets me frustrated when people keep saying stuff like that to me. I've got everything shut off. It can't do that, all right? So please, hang in there, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to turn the microphone back on here for a minute while the bit rate is still up. All right, you guys, I am going to call it for tonight, unfortunately. I don't know if you can hear this even. Hopefully you can. And I've been noticing it on both my computers here, the bunny stream as well. It is just going up and down like crazy, and it's just Grandma B, thank you very kindly for that super chat. Grandma B, okay, thanks. I do appreciate that, Grandma B. Yeah, I'm quite frustrated right now. Great, now we got commercials. Anyway, let's see if that'll change. Let's go over to the other one for a second. All right, yeah, the problem is, again, okay, the bit rates are starting to go up and down again. Before everything shuts down here, I am going to basically call it for tonight, and just say that's it. I'm sorry, everyone. The conditions just don't seem to be right to carry on, because if it drops completely again, it's just not going to work for me, and it doesn't work for anyone else. So we're going to try this tomorrow again. Hopefully we have better conditions. Yeah, Grandma B, I do understand. It's not my fault. It's kind of the way things are happening tonight, and it just gets me frustrated. You know, when everybody's kind of saying, "Well, fix this, fix that, make sure this isn't working, make sure that isn't working," and to me, it's really difficult to try to fix. I can't fix the solar storm. I can't fix, like, you get it. Anyway, I mean, I've been watching it here since I've been with the mic back on. It's still going up and down a bit, so again, rising and freaking me out, so I don't know if it's even going to be doing its thing. So anyway, we're going to call it for today, you guys, and we'll give it another whirl. Tomorrow, of course, same place, same time, same station, and we'll give it a shot. Hopefully it'll be better. And yeah, it is one of those things. So you guys be good and take care of yourselves, and I'm going to basically get it shut down. Wow, Sharon Stewart, thank you. That's very kind. And Sharon Stewart, thank you for that wonderful super chat, Sharon. I do appreciate that, you guys. I don't know if we can continue here, though. I'm just watching both streams, and I mean, right now it's kind of stable, but is it going to hold for long, or is it going to drop out again, right? And that's the big thing, and hopefully it will be good. Anyway, let's leave it be, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. And yeah, I see the bit rate going again. Okay, so before it craters all the way, thank you very kindly to our wonderful super chatters, Irish Monk, Grandma B, and Sharon Stewart, and also thank you for gifting there, Irish Monk and Thor. I appreciate you guys and appreciate that support. And before our things disappear here, I bid you all a good night, and take care of yourselves. And Becky, yeah, since you're new, and typically we don't suffer from this. Not like this bad. I mean, it happens sometimes, but it gets really frustrating. Hi, Oz, and thanks for the hugs. and we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Hopefully everything will be a little bit better. And in the meantime, be good, be kind, and take care, everyone. And I'll see if we can let this run for a few more minutes. And if the bottom drops out, of course, I will shut down real quick. So be good and take care of yourselves. And we will see everyone tomorrow. And hopefully things will be more stable. And so far I'm watching this thing like a hawk, and of course me watching bit rates doesn't turn around and do anything for the stream. So anyway, take care, everyone. I'm gonna get off of here, and hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow. So take care all, and thank you very kindly for the wonderful support. And I hope you all understand it's kind of beyond my control, and we'll do what we can do. So take care, you guys, and be good, everyone. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, moderators, for being here. Arizona Snowman, Piggy, who was hiding in the background, C&D Boy, of course, Lucas Snow, and Gary 24/7 Live, he's at Skies, and Joseph Fields. And of course, thank you again to all the super chatters and gifters, and Irish Monk, and Sharon Stewart, and Grandma B, and Thor. I appreciate all of you guys, and thank you for the support. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. So good night, and take care, and all the best. And of course, what I always tell everyone, please, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a good night, and take care. Oink, oink.